up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hello, mighties.
Okay.
Huh? What?
The British are coming. The British
Oh.
are coming.
That ain't a
Oh,
knife.
I was trying to figure
this
out.
This is a knife. All right. Good morning. Magandang umaga naman sa ating abak.
Is that you, Sarah?
Oh, hi, Sarah.
Sarah. Hey, who is that? You see it? Oh, the one puff puff pass. Hey,
Yeah.
Ted, what's going on? What's popping? Bear in the Philippines. Racer X is in the house. Are you still freezing? And this is George. We do these live streams a couple times a week. We drop out content in between, like George and his popcorn, peepees, and stuff. And
Did you say pee-pee?
Yeah, peepees, popcorn, and pets was the title or something.
Okay, all right.
It's because they were peepeeing everywhere that day. So, all right, today we're going to talk about a hot topic that's been going around the Philippines. And of course, our live stream wasn't till today. We've known about it for a few days. We tried to gather additional information, which I believe we succeeded on it. We've kind of got an exclusive, and George doesn't know. Literally this morning, he's been asking what I know that he doesn't know. Yes, Range 999 is the rapper, and we will get to that. But I did try to contact the hospitals that were around there because it's only been 48 hours here since that incident happened. Literally, it happened on the 17th. You said that the footage, because with George knowing Filipino, unlike some of the other vloggers, first off, this was put out by Filipino vloggers. I just want to let you guys know that this was covered on different ranges by the Filipinos. And this is kind of where we got some of our information. And then, of course, George, we have some footage, and George is going to translate exactly what the guy is saying, because I noticed some of the other vloggers aren't quite saying.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is.
So kind of
exclusive. Subtitles, but it is in Tagalog.
Right. And then on the other hand, I know one of his actual careers, again, something George doesn't know about, and we will get into
the other guy, the Caucasian man.
And then I really did try to call the hospitals today to see a status.
He's a Caucasian man.
That's what they call you when you're walking by.
Pretty much. Not
There's a Caucasian man and the white fluffy expat and a foreigner. And so then...
Did you just call me fluffy?
I'm fluffy. I said the foreigner.
Oh,
the
you.
Fluffy white foreigner. Well, I call you fluffy. That just outright
in the beginning. Honest, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm 165 on average weight, pounds, not kilos. And honestly, I'm fluffier than the normal Filipino, just saying.
Hey, what's going on there, Bruce? 1 second here.
Well, everything you said is so far right on the dot. So.
Well, it's average. So, okay. So what we have here is another case, and there is something to be learned about this. And, it's a topic that we want to discuss with everybody today. We'll be putting a link up here in a little bit for you guys to join as a guest in regards to this. And so you guys can join in the conversation in regards to this. All right. So what I have so far is it appears around, you said it says 8 a.m. on there's different times.
6 a.m.
The injuries and all that have been reported different. So it was the 6:30 in the morning.
It was 6 a.m. I misheard it. It was 6 a.m.
Okay. So it was early a.m. on St. Patrick's Day here about 2 days ago at a hotel. Okay. And the Filipina P, go ahead and put the P stuff up. We will show you the actual hotel. So it did happen at the waterfront hotel, which the Filipina P and a bunch of other people have been to, but she had been there. It is a casino. It is a fairly nice hotel in that area, and this is where it actually went down. So there's some footage of the actual hotel. The gentleman's name is Michael George Richey, which is in the newspapers, by the way. We're not revealing anything that isn't out in public right now. But they actually call him Mikey Richey. Okay, he's the victim. What had happened is, I guess allegedly, there was a rapper called Ranger. Okay, Ranger 999. That seems to be a little celebrity in Cebu. Do you have some of
Should I play that one real quick? This one?
Yeah, we're we're gonna
A
play.
sample.
We're gonna
Sample
play a
size.
sample of Ranger,
Yeah.
which a lot of people, in their opinion, he's living the life.
Right.
So
And the cuss words are edited out, so it's okay. All right. I guess if you were to translate Range 999 into the US, he would be technically a gangster rapper. He even has a what kind of tattoo?
I'm not gonna discuss his
Okay.
tattoos.
Okay, that's fine.
For
All right,
gang
so-
reasons and other things, it looks to be gang tattoos. So, and that car that's pulling up to the side.
Why are you parking here? Bucho Bucho.
Bucho,
Sa nauna
bucho.
to kinsa gidere ang kamao. Sige lagi ang pumagpandis na ako na sadpaw. Sige lang mo, kamusta na ton? Ikaw dire akong pasikat to.
The blue car that pulled up with him was a car. It looks allegedly the
it
car.
appears to be.
Right. So that guy, and of course, in this video, it also, okay, I want to let you guys know that it's a foreigner, which is even weirder. So, Pucho Pucho in Visayan means mediocre or mediocre performer. So he's going on about being this other person possibly being mediocre. But the weird thing is he had a foreigner that rolled up on him and
Yes,
he gave him
it would
the
be
flip
like
off.
somebody calling you. You're like bleh.
You're like,
It's an insult.
bland. It is very
it's
much
an insult. Yeah.
So, he is a rapper. Okay, his name is Jed Andrew Salera. He's 37 years old. He's got a lot of rap songs out, love songs, and everything else. He seems to be the ladies' man. Okay, so the confrontation allegedly started inside of the bar where I guess he has performed that night. I don't have too much of that information, but what had happened is the actual, to give you a short, and then we're going to show you some clips that he said that the American was very rude to everybody. He also said, according allegedly to the newspapers, he also was inappropriately touching women's
yeah.
butts. I mean, he kept repeating he would not stop. He was touching these women. And this isn't a bar, as in, this is not a girly bar here in Angel City. This was not a bar where you can bar find him. As I'm to understand, they're his friends. That was some of the women standing
Yeah,
outside.
he said, yeah, in Bisaya that those were his friends.
Right. So he was just left and right, allegedly doing this. And right now we've only seen his side of this. Okay. We checked with the hospitals this morning, all of them in the area. They do not have anybody that's currently still there. So I'm assuming the injuries were not death, which has been put out. They said a bunch of people on other websites said that he had passed away, which isn't true. He had an injury to the shoulder and the leg. It looks to be that early AM, he must have partied through the night. He stepped out and you could see him standing there. And then we'll go ahead.
You want the footage?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull up.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, they're speaking in Filipino. There's really no need to translate. Basically, what they're trying to identify this. I guess this footage was taken before they caught him.
Well, he was on the run for a little bit.
Right,
He was
that's what I
at a
said,
friend's
before
house. He
they
was
caught
nervous
him.
for good reasons.
Because mostly this video on what they're talking about is they're like, okay, this is the guy and this is his license plate. So I'm just letting you know, there's really no need for me to translate it. So just watch. And again, the audio's there if you guys want to listen, but here it is.
Yeah, this is the footage. This is I believe the police discussing this.
Yes.
There's the car we said that appeared to be in the video for sure. Okay, see, they just kicked him. That was a kick to the guy. So this guy stepped up and they were really upset. One of the guys kicked the foreigner from behind. I call it drop kick. And yes, it's a very nice bar and area.
So right now they're reading the license plate. Now the American's question, so he kind of stands out. I mean, not being funny, he's the only one that's kind of wearing a white shirt. Oddly enough.
Well, he had already been kicked around to the side of the car because the rapper is inside the car and he will step out. And we'll tell you the charges here in a minute, okay? They've been in all the papers. See, that's him in the white shirt.
Right.
Did he just clap his hands there? Like, didn't he just a minute ago clench his hands
951,
together?
951
That will pertain to his
951.
career here in a minute, guys.
951.
Oh damn!
I want you guys to guess what his job is, or what it was, or what he did, at least for fun for a while. But I think he was doing it professionally. Now, what you're not going to see is a real close up of
You won't see the actual
actual shooting.
incident,
Yeah.
right? That's edited out, but
All right, so there he is stepping
He's-
up to the side, and at this point, you'll see him drop, and there it
There.
is. There's the rapper up front with the long hair and the white shirt. He's got a white shirt on too, but so the guy on the ground right there, which we have footage of, is he was shot in the leg and then he was shot also in the shoulder. Those were the two injuries that we were able to confirm too. And there he is driving off. There's the girls out with him. But it appeared to be, this isn't them leaving the hotel after breakfast. This appeared to have just been an all-night bender, drinking, and they actually,
Yeah.
I told George if this
Pardon,
incident, I told George, and we'll discuss this further. I'm sure we'll have other guests join us in regards to this. We will be trying to stick to the topic today, guys. Anybody who joins our live, we want the opinion on this. Me and George discussed if this would have happened out in the province or somewhere else, and it was a group mentality. What do you call that? It's the puppy play.
mob justice
Mob justice probably would have happened, and
or
it would not have
street
ended.
justice, depending on. This is more street justice than mob justice.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Now remember, this is again something that I don't recommend. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what country you're in. Remember, if you are a foreigner, you are technically alone. And I'm not being mean or anything. Again, remember, I've traveled in different countries, and I'm well aware of that. What I'm saying is, don't forget where you are, and don't forget, aka infrastructure, all that support system, whatever. If they're not there, don't think you're a badass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if he wasn't at that hotel, he probably wouldn't got help as quick. If he'd have just been
Correct.
at a
If he
street
was
corner
in some
here,
backwater thing, he'd
like,
definitely be.
we were going to cover
ex-Nate.
the incidents where here lately there's been a few stabbings down on Walking Street, but this has been person against person. I heard one was a foreigner, which I believe is another Asian foreigner, and a person, and then some was over some money. But in an incident like that, he couldn't even get a trike ride, because if that person doesn't like you and seen what happened and he's against you, you're not going to get that ride.
The thing about the trike rides, you're gonna hear this a lot. If you're bleeding out, there's a very good probability they're gonna take you. The reason being is they don't want to get involved. What I'm saying is, for
They don't wanna be
example,
tied up
yeah,
at the-
cartel is after you, and if they support you or help you go to
Mhm.
hospital, they may be next. That kind of deal.
That kind of
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with, whatever mob there is or whatever political faction there is. Point being is, if you're bleeding out, there's a high probability they won't take it. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Filipinos that will help you. Don't get me wrong. They will. But, okay. B.
Yeah. No, go ahead. No.
No. Okay. All right.
No, I
So,
was just pointing
okay.
out.
Now, he's speaking in Bisaya, just letting you guys know, and the subtitles are in Tagalog, and I'll translate as we go along. Okay.
So this is him after he was cuffed up and taken into the local precinct.
Actually, I'll probably translate after he speaks because it's really not a long clip.
Well, or stop midway. Yeah, instead of letting it all play.
Okay, this says, Range, what happened?
Kanang ayaw tayo paginana nya di mo siya patuo sir nya gibastusan niya ang mga ubang-ubang nga
So the reporter says, Range, what happened? And then he says, don't be like that. He says, the foreigner was being rude to the ladies.
paginana nya di mo siya patuo sir nya gibastusan niya ang mga ubang-ubang nga bay.
So he says, I told him to stop, and he wouldn't listen. He keeps being rude to the ladies. Now, keep in mind, when he says rude to the ladies, it's not just verbal, it's also physical, meaning he's groping and stuff like that. And again, mind you, this is on his side's account, meaning his, whether it's from him or his crew, because I believe it's mostly from his crew, to be honest with you, although he's the one on camera. But point being is, the foreigner was groping. And the issue here is, this is not a new thing, and I'm not being mean or anything. A lot of foreigners think that when they come here, that, not being mean or anything, they think that everybody has a price, if that makes any sense, and that's not how it works. And you have to respect everybody. Remember, not everybody is here is an ex work, that's ex worker. You know what I'm saying? They're, especially him, that's his crew. Those don't work for the casino. These are his friends. So
Mao to nabuhat sir kay kana namastos siya. Wala
Namastos
wala.
siya.
Una sir yung gibastos ato akong sa ka-friend hantod kato nang duha na akong friend. Halos among kauban nga babae sir gibastos mo to na nato sir. Di ta mo buhat gani og sala sa tao kung ang tao walay sala, di ba?
now he says he doesn't stop being rude and being disrespectful to my female friends. That's what he says. And he doesn't listen, and I couldn't stop him. That's what he says. Now, oddly enough, he says this. He says, nobody on earth is innocent. That's what he says. I'm not innocent. Neither is he. Which I guess he's trying to say that he's he's kind of saying, okay, at this point he's detaching himself, where he's saying, be aware that, okay, this is psychoanalysis. This has nothing to do with what he actually says. But basically, behind the line, reading between the lines, he's saying, I didn't want to do what I want to do, what I did, but I'm going beyond myself, because although I am a sinner, he has sinned. Again, I'm just using his words, that kind of stuff.
And before we go any further, I see some comments in there. No, we don't have the interview, Illuminar, of his dad's interview. I don't know whose dad you're talking about. Also, yes, the shooting happened outside. Okay, we just showed the footage of that. And we have not completed what we have to say. So I see a lot of comments that are jumping around in here. Greetings to hi, this is Dave. He actually stated, is there any CCTV proof that said the foreigner being allegedly rude? And we did say that's what he's saying. We have not, we said it from the very beginning of the live. We have not heard from Mikey himself.
And I did clearly state that this is, remember, this is from his side. Now, hi, this is Dave again. I'm gonna be more to your statement. He says alleged. Correct. It's alleged. Meaning
Yes,
there.
most definitely.
Now, is there CCTV footage? First off, you really can't get audio on. I actually had a friend who worked in a casino. I don't think they're that advanced here. I know in Vegas, most of the cameras are controlled by their hands. No, I'm not making this up. They go like, it's like Captain N. They just go like this, and they move the cameras, and then they watch. And that's what she used to do for a living. Now, the audio, unfortunately, there's too much background noise, so there's no. Even if they had footage of that, which I don't think they will release. I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Yeah, there's not going to be audio now.
and I'm sure something will come up eventually from, we did do some searching to, get additional information, but nothing is actually coming up.
Right. And here's the thing. A lot of people think that I'm kind of like George, you're too soft. It actually has nothing to do with being soft. It's actually being more of, my morality is more based on social based. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I never have been. But what I'm saying is I adhere to law and order, that kind of deal. Now, unfortunately, I said unfortunately, because remember, sometimes law and order is not exactly right. So that's what Dave is saying, basically. How you guys know? I mean, according, nobody has proof. No, you're right. They don't. And what I'm saying is, the problem we have here is, at this point, okay, remember, I also said perception is a big deal. In range 999, range 999 is this guy right here. Range 999 and his crew, in their perception, they have been disrespected. They have been this and that and that. What I'm saying is, now I get it. There's a cultural differences, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have seen it with my own two eyes. I have seen foreigners that they think that they're in a third world country, that they're gods. And some of the foreigners that have lived here know what I'm talking about. They act like, oh, I'm a foreigner. I can do whatever. If I want that woman, I can get that woman. No, that's not how it works. We're still humans, guys. But hi, this is Davis. Correct. is there footage that he disrespected this woman? There probably is, but they'll never see the light of day, because that kind of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, that kind of deal. Same thing in
That's him right there. You do see what's going on in that. Right? I'm looking at additional photos and footage someone just sent me. You do see what he's doing, right? You know what that's related to, right?
anyway. So, is there definitive proof that he did this? No, there is not. That has been released in the press, but it's enough for Range 999 that what did happen to him in his perception, in his reality, that's enough that in his eyes he did. And let's finish this real quick question, real quick.
Ako na ang akong gusto, di ba? Trabaho sa tanan. Kay di ito mahitabo butanga kung wala siya naman sir. Mo na may yung sir. Isang kinsa siguro yung anak, di ba sir?
Now he says, had he been respectful and had he listened when I said please stop, none of this would have happened. That's his last words during this interview. Well, yeah, technically that's his last words, because the next question, again, he didn't answer the question. But this is him talking to the press, not talking to the police, just so you guys know. And that's Range 999, guys. Alex Limer, bro, I would like to check out his music. His music is more, actually, Heidi said something about his rap music. I guess his music would be more somewhat in gangster rap. But what does his music remind you of?
Well, Death Row Records stuff. I mean, he's either way, he does more than just the rapping. He kind of does the rap and some love songs. He's kind of on a medium scale. We did look at concerts. You guys can look him up. He does bring in, for the Philippines, he brings in a pretty decent crowd.
No,
So
yeah, he does. He's technically I wouldn't say he's a wannabe. No, he actually is. Actually, has his own following, has his own music videos and all that kind of stuff. And for those of you who listen to Hispanic rap,
that's I said it seemed Hispanic.
it's
to me, very
it's extremely, I say extremely similar to Hispanic rap. Again, I do listen to, or did listen to, a good amount of Hispanic music and also Hispanic rap, and his, I guess the closest one you would get to would be like a Bad Bunny. It's kind of like a cross between Bad Bunny and Pitbull. If some of you guys know what Hispanic music is, that's somewhat his music. It's in that middle of that genre.
Yeah. So Jed Andrew Salera, or better known as Range 999, will be facing a case of frustrated murder and possession of an unlicensed gun after getting involved
I guess I
in
could play
this
that.
shooting. Which one? This
They're
is
just
the
pictures. I think
was
it was
that one that you did or
no,
mine?
you did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
go
just
ahead and put up
pictures.
some
Yeah.
photos also of the incident. There he is, Mike on the ground, and there he is there. Okay, of course, there's a screenshot of the actual
The
rapper himself. There he is being put in a car. Yeah, he's got a lot of tattoos. So does the other guy. And there he is on the famous old arrest board. There's just some photos of him there's where he's actually got an award for some of his music. There he is. So he's been like living the life and everything here. So they said on Monday the 18th they were starting to get all the charges up against him, and it said that and then we just have the last one in here that we will throw here in a
Here's the thing.
moment.
Remember at the start of this live, I actually says, be aware these are, I even said alleged statements of his party. I even said his party.
And a bunch of newspapers
Right.
and videos that have been put out.
So
Yes.
I'm not supporting neither
And
party.
this is a discussion.
However, the point being is, I even said at the start of this live is, be aware it's his perception that he was disrespected and his women, okay, women friends rather, not women. But that being said, that's what I'm getting at. Be aware you are in a foreign country. You have to be respectful, and not just respectful in your mind. You have to be respectful in the culture's mind. Because okay. First off, you get it. Some of you guys are like, well, how would we know that it's a different culture? Well, technically, as long as you're not an a-hole, you're not disrespecting anybody. Because Filipinos are very, very
Tolerable.
chill.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So if a Filipino thinks you're kind of way off, then you're probably way off too in the US. Because remember, most of the Philippine culture is based on the American culture. It's what called colonial mentality, and I get it. Some of you are, well, that doesn't mean America. No, actually, colonial mentality means America. I'm just saying how it is.
There he is, Mikey Richey. He is, see the tattoo on him? That'll play an importance later. There he is. He's an AFAM, allegedly married to a Filipina with a wife. That's
But if you would have sat out, it would have been -5. So going out there and getting sub is
And it's
better
definitely
than
him,
just going,
guys.
no, I'm not going to do it. Like, even if you broke your leg, it's like, no, go out there and just get sub. We got 210 Planet Decatur guys. Mike Richey has had 2 draws. Nobody's been able to put him
This
away
is
today.
like a practice, like
He's had 2 tough opponents, and neither of them could finish. I mean, we saw Nilo, who's an amazing practitioner. I mean, he struggled to put Mike away.
It's definitely him because here comes the tattoo. So they are saying he's an MMA fighter. Shock you there, babe?
Not really.
What? That he was married?
No. Hey, these guys are normal people to me. Remember that I got invited for that.
No, I know that. I'm just letting you know. There's the tattoo. All right, so there you have it. He's allegedly an MMA fighter, married to a Filipina and a father.
Right.
So
Yeah. So yeah, there he is. And no. Again, now. No. Again, be aware that these fighters are human too. Meaning, again, be aware they're just you and me. And again, that's another thing. Like the thing is, a lot of we get. Well, actually, I get attacked. I'm gonna be personal on this side. Not personal, but not personal. I get a lot of questions like, "Oh, you never did this. You never did that, George." Now, I'm like, dude. I'm telling you stuff that's normal. I never said anything extraordinary in the life. Me working on F-16 doesn't mean crap. Me working on an
lovers
M1
and
Abrams doesn't mean crap. Because guess what? You know how many guys and girls that have worked on these machines? I'm not alone. Same thing with MMA. I'm not alone. Everybody, again, has one point in time. But what I'm saying is, now some of you, I said some. Oh, he's a fighter. He's aggressive. Yes and no. I'm a fighter, but I'm
I'm
nowhere
not
near
saying it
aggressive.
pertains. I'm just saying
No.
what was
But
found out, which wasn't mentioned by the newspapers and
right.
anything else. That did take a little digging.
But the problem is when you're a little bit inebriated. Again, I'm not digging
Which,
on this
by the way,
guy.
was found on Facebook, YouTube,
Right.
and so it wasn't doxing somebody. So
If
y'all
you're
can bite me on that one.
right, if you're inebriated, um, your
Shit
judgment
happens, man.
goes out the
That's what
window.
I said.
And now again, the what's the old saying? Remember the old saying? This guy thought he was bringing a knife to a gunfight, although he honestly probably thought that he was going to bring fists, and the other guy's going to go mano a mano. But no, it's a modern times, guys. I mean, your
PH
skill level.
PH Expat Prepper says, I'm sure his ego is on both sides of this escalated thing. It's possible, but you know what? Doesn't matter if he was a fighter or not.
No, it's
What is that? Yeah, what is
it's
that tattoo?
it's irrelevant.
It's an A with a circle. Isn't that what's it called? Isn't that the superhero emblem? It was an A with a circle.
Hold on. I didn't really look at it. Where
Right there.
Oh, there.
Just
Oh wait. Oh, it's in the very end. Let's see. No, it's not. Not that one.
okay, so just an A with a circle.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was Captain America or whatever I'm not very good with
It could be
those.
Russian mafia for all you know.
Right. But
He's earning the stars, yo. But point being again.
really, Illuminar, he said it wasn't mentioned because the government wants to keep it on the down low. Well, not too low because it was on Facebook. Type his name in. That's how I found it. So it ain't too much on the down low.
Well, that's the
So,
thing. I mean,
did a little research.
there was a point in time where martial arts, you can take down everybody. But even a good martial artist know when to back down, when not to, and
And the Philippines is one of the first governments to put things out.
no, Dave.
They're really
It's not
good.
an Avengers tattoo. No.
That's what it looks like to me. We have put the link up. We welcome anybody to come in and discuss this situation, any additional information that they have that pertains to this. You guys can come in and talk about what you feel, because other channels have brought up a safety issue and all of this. And I want to let people know
Well,
that never once have I felt any danger in the Philippines.
now I'm gonna play the video again. Now remember, this is like a stable footage of the incident. I muted it because again, it's the cops talking about it. Here's the vehicle, and
Same
that's
thing. That's where they
the
kicked
Caucasian
fighter.
where they kicked him, right?
He came around the side of the car. He didn't buckle though.
Right. Now the incident happened when the car backs out. Now the
Yeah, it looks
problem
like
you have
Avengers,
there is when the car backed out, he didn't back out. Actually, hold on. Like I said, they're talking about
It's weird. Yeah, it's like they kicked him to bring him around the side of the car or something. It was kind of, yeah, it was kind of something else.
yeah. So the fighter is on that guy on the right with the red shorts, the long red shorts, basketball shorts, I guess that's what you would call them. And what they're doing here, they're reading out the license plate, and these are the cops. What's that?
One more time, and this is getting odd. I mean, think about it.
Now, Andrew McCall says the car moved back, and I think to get him away from the crowd.
Oh, because they might have known it was coming. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Think about it. Yeah, they were pushing him over there. So that might have been what the kick.
No, Racer X, owning a gun in the Philippines is not legal. You can
There are
get a license. You have to go to usually an army camp for actual training, and then after that, then you get your license. But no, it's not necessarily legal. Now, this is where the side, see right here, it's edited, of course, where he opens the door right there. Okay, you guys see that? Yeah. Again, it's edited out where he opens the driver's side door right there. He confronts him, and then that's where it's edited out. He's now down on the ground. Now, this is when it happened. Now, some of you says he did drive off and kind of try to escape. He kind of did, yes.
He did till the next day.
He
It
did
was at least the next day.
drive off.
Something about his manager and friend's house, which probably could have been all in one. But there is plenty of information out on both of them. I have an idea of what part of the United States he's from and everything, and I won't say all of that.
Now, the problem I have with this video is, you know what the problem is with this video? Is
No attorney?
no. Do you guys see where it's happening at? It's in the parking lot. It's not inside the casino. It's in the parking lot. You know what that means?
They planned that out.
The Caucasian followed these guys out, and he's the only one there. Okay, I mean, even if you're a Navy SEAL, actually, Navy SEAL would never do this. He would never put himself in a
I just
situation
want
like
to let
this.
you know that his Facebook page shows he is ex-military.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Or just saying.
well, I'm just saying, like I said, if he was a real Navy SEAL, I don't think he was a Navy SEAL. What I'm
Ah,
saying is
yeah.
they won't put themselves in a situation where
Hey, he might.
the Filipinos with this barkada, which means, circle of friends. Okay. Now there's three types. There's three types of people, or three types of circle of friends. You have the runners, meaning they'll run away first sign of trouble. You have the fighters who will fight or help, doesn't matter what it is. And you have the freezers, just stand there and stare and don't do shit. Now, those are three types of people. I'm one of those fighter guys. I'll run to the fire, and I'm not making this up. But now there's a fighter in this crowd. He's the guy who ran and kicked the guy from behind. Now, I get it. It's a sneak attack, but still, he did something versus the freezers who just stood there doing nothing. But what I'm saying is, what if all of these guys are the fighting type? Meaning they could have forget the weapon. If there's a bunch of Filipinos and they gang up on you, I don't care how good your fighter you are. Yeah.
PH expat prepper said, I'm not sure about that, George. It really looked like he was standing there and then the car approached. Well, we don't know if they all followed each other out there to begin with. He might have been maybe they asked him to step out there because that car with the guy was heading
Well,
towards him all at the
that's
same
what I'm
time. It's kind of
saying.
hard saying.
If Filipinos tell you come outside, don't. That's like a red flag, bro. Just saying. I mean, the guy is out of his elements. I mean, again, I'm not judging the guy, but he is out of his elements. He's not in his country. He doesn't look like he has any of the.
There's the footage
He
of
doesn't look like he
partying
has
tonight.
a circle of Caucasian friends around to back him up.
I want to know
Don't
what
get me
you were
wrong.
doing
I
there.
don't care how good of a fighter you are. If you're alone,
Looks like
you're
you.
alone. You know what I'm saying?
You're a lot more vulnerable.
Correct.
Mhm.
You can't. I mean, it's not the movies. You don't have eyes in the back of your head. Trust me. I have like a freaking permanent lump on my head from that. But anyway, the sign Kano says, "You say after you." When they say, well, "Let's take it outside," okay, after you. And he says, "And you keep him waiting outside." Yeah, I know that. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's more badass than actually following him outside because that tells the other guy, "You're not worth my time." That's really good, actually.
Mm.
So that they'll make him come running and go after you, which again makes him go look like in a bad light. That's very good. Here's the photo that Heidi's talking about.
Yeah, I was just saying this was the night it happened at 6 in the morning. So these are some of the women that were actually snapped in the club. 70 photos. Neither the American, the MMA fighter. There's George. What are you doing there, George?
Right.
That does look like you. But it's it was crowded. I mean, it'd have been impossible in the dark to even notice if he was there. So something, whether the girls came back and reported it or, how it went, but it's a very packed club and it showed the photos that night. So it's actually on their Facebook. They must cover each night with photographs and stuff, but
Andrew McCall says who opened the car door and that's when he got shot. Actually, that's a good point.
so you think somebody else was driving and he was in the back?
No. Let's
see.
What he's saying is if well, basically, I'm reading between the lines. What Andrew McCall says, if somebody opens my car door, that would give him the right to defend himself, which makes
Oh,
sense.
so it looks like
Now,
he grabbed the door open.
I'm not sure because we're gonna see it right here.
Right, but that car rushed up on. I mean,
Well,
it came up
there he
pretty.
backed up. No, you followed him. He ran out there.
Yeah, you're right.
He's about to pull out. He's pulling out. See, and then he ran up
on
to
the
him
side. That's him.
right
You can
there.
see his beard.
Okay, no,
He
he
did
opened it.
open the door.
No,
There it.
no. The driver opened the door.
Okay, hold
He
on.
didn't. He wasn't touching the door. See.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was though.
No, well, let's look at it again. That is very confusing. And
Yeah,
this
hold on.
stable footage. Yeah, no, he didn't.
That sure looked like his arm pulling.
He
it,
looked
didn't
like
it.
it though. He
Do
does
it one
look
more
like it.
time. Hold on, because it looks like.
It does, but I don't think so. He's on kind of.
What you think there, Alex?
That's a good question. It's
Let's see it again. I mean, we see where he went down there, but it sure looked like he grabbed that door open, not.
It does look like it. It does.
Yeah.
Look like it.
One more time. One more time, guys. Guys, put a 1 there if you think it looks like the American did open that
It
door.
does look like it.
Because he had his hand.
It looks like
yeah,
his
I
arm
just-
was
Now
out.
he could have been balancing himself out. Put a 1 in there if you guys think that he did open that door, or 2 was a
It does
no.
look like it. Yeah.
Which
Either way, it's
who
not.
knows what the words were inside.
Even if he
Again,
did,
just a discussion.
it's not. The value of
No, he didn't.
ingesting lead for that. No, it doesn't give anybody the right to ingest lead.
And just for
No.
additional information, I did try to call some of the hospitals this
She did,
morning,
she
all
did.
surrounding hospitals, and ask if there was any updates
Yeah.
or anything, but none of those
Misankano says he thinks he opened
hospitals
the
had
door.
them.
So
And they would have told me to.
everybody's pretty much on the Tim Haas, Tobias, Bill I, Victoria, Shane
Ones,
G.
okay.
Yeah, he looks like he.
No, he was kind of kicked out there, but instead of him going backwards, he did go around the side of the car, but they could have been
Yeah.
yelling out the door at him, anything, again, that's what this.
Now, Peach Pepper. Now, here's the
Mike
thing.
Ross.
In the Philippines, you are allowed to defend yourself. Actually, you know what? It's a good point. Here's the thing, guys. Self-defense here allows you to defend yourself, but not ex-nay somebody. So
In other words, just bitch slap him and move on.
no, he's not. He's not ex-nayed. He's still walking around.
I know that, but did
But
they have
no,
to go
no,
that
no. But what I'm
far?
saying is, okay,
They
if
shoulda
somebody
just-
breaks in this door, I have the right to basically maim
They
him.
should have just did an MMT
But
fight.
I am not allowed to ex-nay him. You follow my point?
Oh, why?
But what I'm saying is, in self-defense law in the Philippines,
No,
if he survives, which he did,
You mean we can't use any of our
it
weapons
can
on him?
still be used as self-defense.
No bolo bolo?
No bola. What's the name of the barangay?
I'll have to look that up. I think they said MOBA or something.
No. It says at first Heidi says Mabola, and
I said Mabolo.
I said
Mabolo.
no way, and no, it's not. Mabola means a lot of balls.
He said that can't be what
I said
the area
that's what I
is
said. I
they're
said
at
can't be.
in
It can't be
Cebu.
Mabola.
And
No,
it says Mabola.
no, it means a lot of balls
No,
or
no taser
or
gun?
foolish. But
No
no,
bola?
it's Mabolo, which means a lot of bolos, I guess.
No
But-
metal bat?
right?
No steak knives? No can of bug spray?
I don't know if I can say this out loud in YouTube without
What's
being
that
in
acid
trouble.
that they pour in the
Okay,
toilet?
I'm going to tell you right now. A lot of people think that
You can just use
bolo
a good
bolo
old-fashioned
is the
BS,
weapon of
bitch slap.
choice. Okay, bolo is a weapon of choice because everybody has one in their house.
That's
We
true.
have one.
We use that to cut the bananas.
However, you know how the difference is between premeditated murder and versus self-defense. If somebody's defending themselves or something like that, they use a bolo. Saying if a Filipino defends themselves or something like that, they use their weapon of choice is bolo. But if somebody's out there to ex-nay you, this is how you know it's not premeditated. It's premeditated. This is your key. That's premeditated.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
don't use a bolo. They use an ice ick because ice icks, those puncture wounds cannot be easily fixed. And you're pretty much, and these ice icks are usually rusty because they're actually real ice icks that you use. So I'm
people
just
could
letting
get
you know.
tetanus.
Yes.
People could get tetanus as
Can of
well.
bygone and an ice pick.
Yeah, and I'm glad you point this out too, because I asked my buddy about it, just because like I'm always not about this specific scenario, but just in general. And he said most cannot afford bulletins. So, you know, I'm also kind of curious about that angle, but yeah. I mean, people. It seems like people will use what they have on hand to sort out their perceived conflict. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Actually, we have a lot of videos that we can't show on YouTube for a lot of reasons. Like one of them was it happened in Aklan. Aklan, you guys may not be familiar with the place called Aklan, but you're familiar with the place in Aklan, which is called Boracay. Now, in one of those, it happened last year. It was a fight in a basketball court. Go figure, a basketball fight. And then the guy threw the knife, and literally you can see in the video the knife hit the back of the guy's head and went.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang! It's like they stuck on his head. But no, stuff does happen here. However, most of the time it's Filipino on Filipino. This one's different because it's a Filipino on an expat. And again, this is a warning to you all. Be aware. I'm not calling Range 99 any names or anything, but I'm just saying in general. It's kind of like this. If you pick a fight on me, you don't have to worry about me, if that makes any sense, because I'm a very even-keeled guy. Doesn't matter whether I could take you down or not. It's irrelevant because I'm an even-keeled guy. I said, okay, are you worth it? Are you this? And see, the problem is it's not your, doesn't matter what country you're in. When you pick a fight on somebody, if you pick a fight on somebody that's kind of okay, well-mannered, educated, that kind of deal, you don't have a problem. You worry about, as they say, the crazy/stupid ones because they don't give a shit of whatever they can do. You know what I'm saying?
True story. You got to worry about his pit bull.
Correct.
You also got to worry too. Is it his worst day? He might have gotten dumped that morning. He might have gotten
Oh yeah, very true. Very
argument
true.
with a loved one. And not even specifying any one person. I think about everybody this way because you know, I've had bad days myself. I think everybody's had a bad day, and the next person in line gets the brunt of it, where they may have not even been responsible for why my day's a bad day, but it just kind of like you bottle it up, and then you know it's the frustration has to go somewhere.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.